Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, we have a motion about these households require university students from developing countries who obtain education in the ways to work in their country of origin for a number of years after graduation. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start in definition, let me find a keyword of this motion. The keyword of this motion is developing country. Developing country is one country where this country already have many facilities, especially about technology. Because of that have a many students in many countries have graduated in their country. Because in developing country they're supporting the all students about education, technology, and social life. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me move in definition. The definition of this motion is this motion proposes that university students from developing countries who receive education in Western country must return to their home country and work there for a certain number of years after graduation. The purpose is to ensure that the knowledge and skill they gain they gain to support the development of their own nation before seeking opportunity elsewhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we see, let me move in the status quo. Ladies and gentlemen, if we see in Indonesia, there are many in ladies and gentlemen, if we see in Indonesia, there already have many creators, especially economic, economic, education, and technology. So because of that, the government supporting this motion. If the older student who already have a graduate in the developing country, they must go back to in their country for make their country be developed, for develop and more be better, and growth will be better. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we see in Indonesian students, there are many there are weakness about talented especially about technology and economy. In Indonesian in Indonesian there in Indonesian students there lies about education, about technology, economic, and social life. So because of that, in Indonesia there's many crises and many casts. So, ladies and gentlemen, currently, ladies and gentlemen, currently many graduates from developing countries who just remain to who to remain in nation because of higher salaries, better careers prospect, and more advanced facilities. This creates a brain drain where developing countries lose skill professionals despite advancing in their education or needing their experience to improve national development. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we see in Indonesian, there are many artists or influencers already have a graduate in developing country. Like the first, Maudi Ayunda, Jerome Pauline, and Raymond Chin. In the three characters, there are different prospects. Like Maudi Ayunda. Maudi Ayunda already have a graduate in Harvard University and Harvard University, and Maudi Ayunda already have a graduate in developing country. So, and after Maudi Ayunda have graduate in developing country and the top university like Harvard University, Maudi Ayunda back to Indonesia for make a many content about self improvement. Why Maudi Ayunda come to Indonesia and make many content about self improvement? Because Maudi Ayunda want to want to give many education about to other people in Indonesia about how to how to be growth how to be growth in education. So, and the second, Jerome Pauline. Jerome Pauline is the one character in Indonesian who have graduated in developing country and who have graduated in top university in Japanese. Jerome Pauline already have graduated in developing country and top university like Waseda University. And after that, and after Jerome Pauline have a graduate in developing country and top university, Jerome Pauline back to Indonesia for education about mathematics. Jerome Pauline back to Indonesia and used the media social like YouTube For make many material about mathematics, and after that many other student watch the material about mathematics in Jerome Paul need. And third, Raymond Chin. Raymond Chin is one Raymond Chin is one character. Is a one influencer. Is a one influencer where, there, where Raymond Chin is already make a many video about education, about financial, about economic. So, so because of that, we government supporting this motion. So because of that, we government supporting this motion, because if you see, because because the old because the older students who have graduated in developing country, they can make, if they go back in their country, they can make their country to be better and develop. So our goal, the govern our goal so our goal for supporting this motion, because the main goal of this policy is to reduce drain and strengthen the local workforce, and because of the development by ensuring educated graduates contribute directly to their home countries in sectors such as healthcare, education, and technology and economy. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we government ready prepared two arguments. The first about economic, and the second about social. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see, ladies and gentlemen, if you see, if you're realizing, if you see, realizing her graduate to return both the domestic economic by filming skill shortcuts and investing productivity instead of losing talent workers to develop economic develop nation, and can benefit from their experience to create business, improve industry, attack and investment, and strengthen economy. So ladies and gentlemen, if we if the older students have graduated in developing country, they can improve economic of their country, like about investing, about investing. So, and the second about social life. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you see in Indonesia, there's many cases. Why? Because why this can be happen? Because in Indonesia, they're less about economic, about social life, about how to be great, be better. So because of that, if the older student come to Indonesia, have graduated in developing country and come to Indonesia, they can give the education about about social improvement, like Mayudi Ayunda come to Indonesia and give the education about self improvement. So because of that, the government support this motion, because this motion can, because if the older student who have graduated in developing country and come to their country, they can make their country be developed and come be better. So that's the far.